Hello and a very warm welcome back to the garden. This video is all about flowering perennials that keep on flowering all the way through the summer. In a garden like ours, we have a variety of different plants, including perennials, annuals, shrubs, trees, bulbs. But there are some that just keep on giving and giving. These are the workhorses of the garden, which keep on flowering and flowering all through the summer months. So on this video, I thought I would just show you some of the plants that we grow, which flower for a long period of time, going all the way through the summer and sometimes even into autumn. So I'll now take you to the first one, which is the lovely Geum Prinses Juliana. And here she is, looking absolutely fantastic. The lovely Geum Prinses Juliana. These lovely bright orange open flowers. This came into flower in this garden in April. It had a really great flush of flowers, its first flush, and now this is the second flush. And it just keeps throwing up these lovely stems with all these lovely flowers on the top. And if we keep regularly deadheading this will flower all the way through the summer and even possibly into early autumn. It really is a workhorse of a plant. It's great for the front of the border or the middle of the border, and looks particularly great with the purple flowers of the Salvia Caradonna behind. And that's the next plant I want to talk about, which is the lovely Salvia. This variety is Salvia Caradonna. It throws up these beautiful purple flowers, lovely long flower stems, and if deadheaded, this will also flower all through the summer. So when it comes to deadheading, once you have a spent flower spike just like that, just follow the spike down until the first set of leaves where you can see there is some little shoots starting to develop. Drop it down to there, and those side shoots will continue to grow and they will produce flowering stems themselves. So a really great plant. This one flowers probably from around May and will continue to flower around into late summer, early autumn. It's a fantastic plant. For us, we find that a lot of salvias end up being very susceptible to slug damage. This one, however, we've found is probably the least susceptible that we've been able to grow, and we just leave it in the garden. Doesn't really need any protection, and the slugs generally leave that alone. The next one is this beautiful Penstemon, and this is one called Penstemon Garnet. Lovely red flowers, lovely tubular flowers coming on these lovely long stems. This comes into flower around the time of early summer and will keep flowering all the way through to early autumn if we keep deadheading. So when the stems are looking like all the flowers have gone, we just take it, just like the salvia, we take that down to the next set of leaves where you see new growth forming, and that new growth will then form new flowering stems. Really great plant, great for the front of the border, but is a little bit on the more tender side, so you do need to take cuttings. It's advisable to take cuttings of this throughout the year in case you do end up losing the plants in the garden throughout the winter time. But a great plant for bees. These lovely tubular flowers, you see the bumblebees going right inside there and enjoying getting all the nectar and the pollen from these. The next one that flowers all the way through the summer is this beautiful Lychnis coronaria. These lovely vibrant pink flowers on these lovely stiff stems above all of this lovely soft grey foliage. It's a true cottage garden plant. Likes to be in ideally driest kind of soils, but it will tolerate most normal soils. If you regularly deadhead this will continue again flowering all the way through the summer and into early autumn. It's great for mingling amongst other plants. It has these lovely stems which do tend to associate really well as it grows in between other plants. We have Geranium Brookside usually in front of this, which has been cut down recently, but it does make a really good combination, that blue and that lovely deep pink. A great one for the summer border. Next we're on to this lovely plant. This is quite a beast of a plant. This is Persicaria amplexicaulis, Firetail. Beautiful plant, lovely wiry stems, big foliage. You need to have a little bit of room to grow this plant. It does grow quite large, magnificent, and the amount of pollinators that come over to this plant is amazing. Lots of different varieties, different kinds of bees, wasps. They really do love these lovely flowers. This is great if you have a little bit of shade, so somewhere that's part shade is also ideal for this, as well as full sun. It does like to have a bit of moisture in the soil, so don't plant it somewhere where you've got arid conditions, otherwise it does mean you have to keep watering it or it will sulk. But all in all, a really good, lovely summer flowering plant. Continuing on the red theme, this is a lovely plant which is called Centranthus ruber, or the red valerian. This one flowers again from early summer and will keep on going all the way through autumn, providing it's dead-headed. Beautiful red flowers on these lovely long branches. When the seeds come, the seeds are very flyaway, almost like little shuttlecocks, and they will go far and wide and produce lots and lots of offspring. So ideally you do need to deadhead this quite regularly, otherwise you'll find your garden invaded with little seedlings of this plant. It likes to grow in full sun. It also likes quite dry soils. It can grow in cracks and crevices and rocks. It's a really versatile plant, very good for heat waves where you don't have to bother watering this plant because it is quite drought tolerant. But a lovely plant, shiny foliage, but the flowers above, this is the second flush of flowers it's going through now. The first flush is obviously the most floriferous and has the most impact, but the subsequent flushes as well just keep that lovely colour going all through the summer. Now this plant behind me is the beautiful Geranium Rozanne. Now this is one of the workhorses of geraniums. This flowers from early summer right through to the frosts. It flowers on these lovely long lovely branching stems, and you have these lovely blue open flowers adored by pollinators, and it really does give your garden a flash of blue colour all the way through the summer months. There are many hardy geraniums which I could recommend for summer flowering. A lot of them you do need to cut them down after the first flush and then wait for them to regrow. Geranium Rozanne, you don't really need to do that. It will continue to grow and flower all the way through. If it does become really untidy, you can give it a cut back if you like and it will reflower. But what we tend to find is if you just leave it alone, providing it's not looking too tatty, just take out any branches or stems that do looking a bit like they do need tidying up and leave the main plant to continue to grow. It's quite a wide one, it grows up to maybe 1 metre in width, and it just has an abundance of flowers. It's probably one of our favourite geraniums to grow, particularly mine, because it does have such a long flowering period. If you are interested in geraniums, please check out our other video of the hardy geranium tour that we've done recently. I'll put a link to that on the screen and also in the description for you. If you're looking for a very tall flowering perennial which goes on flowering all through the summer, look no further than Verbena bonariensis, or the cultivars of that variety. This one is Purple Elegance, so it doesn't grow quite as tall as Verbena bonariensis, but it does have the same branching lovely flowers and these lovely purple flowers at the top, which are adored by butterflies, adored by moths and also long-tongued bees. Has quite a flattish kind of flower head, but you have multiple flowers within there which the pollinators just adore. Long wiry stems, very easy to grow, very easy to propagate, likes to be in fairly well draining soil, ideally in sun, and it will self-seed as well if it's happy where it's growing. This one in particular that I'm pointing to here is a self-sown one which has just grown literally in the crack of where the rocks are. So very drought tolerant once established, grows lovely with things like the steeper tenuissima grass, quite airy, brings lovely height to a border, and it's just fantastic. You can even get varieties these days which are much shorter for containers. This one again flowers all the way through the summer and into early autumn. My next one is perfect for containers, and this one is Erigeron karvinskianus, and this is it growing in one of our containers. I think it looks very special when you put it in something like a tin pot or a stone pot. I do think somehow the look of it and the way it grows is just perfect for that type of setting. This one is growing in full sun. It does prefer full sun, very drought tolerant once established. You will find it does self-seed quite a lot. It grows to around 30 centimetres in height with about 40 centimetre spread. Beautiful daisy flowers which open in lovely white and then fade to various shades of pink. So a really good plant and great for containers, and it flowers all the way through the summer, again into early autumn. So one to have if you've got a container garden, and particularly good if you've got a table that you use for dining and you might want a centerpiece, so good for that as well. My next plant, which is one of the cottage garden favourites again, is the beautiful Achillea. Now we have recently bought some plants to put in a gap where we've lost our Erigeron. So these are the ones we've bought, this beautiful pink variety. Some do have some fantastic names. This one's called Sassy Summer Taffy, and it does have lovely pink flowers with a yellow centre. Great for butterflies to land on those lovely flat open tops. So yeah, it's a beautiful one. Great for growing with ornamental grasses such as the steeper, which we see it growing here, and also near where this lovely purple of the Salvia Caradonna is. Can be a little bit slug prone, so you've got to be careful with the slugs during the spring, but we're going to give it a chance and see how it grows here. Likes to be in free draining soil and also likes to be in the sunny position. There's a whole range of different sizes and different flower colours you can choose from, so some will be more suitable for containers whilst others are better planted in a border. So we're looking forward to seeing how this one gets on. But yeah, a lovely long flowering perennial that flowers all the way through the summer. You just need to make sure that once the flowers start to go, you take out the spent flower stems right to the ground and new stems will come up from the base with new flowers. Next up is the Nepeta. Now we only have the one Nepeta, which is sadly in a container because we do need to keep it away from the cats. I was hoping this one would be okay. In the garden it is a grandiflora type and it's called Summer Magic, but even in a pot the cats have been trying to climb up on the stage where it was kept and nibbling it all through the summer. So a beautiful plant, lovely blue flowers. You can get white varieties, purple varieties, different heights, different sizes, but yeah, a long flowering perennial, and one which we do really recommend, providing you don't have too many cats that want to come to it and nibble it. The very last plant I want to talk about is Verbascum olympicum. Now this is like a yellow torch with beautiful flowers that go all the way up, and this will continue to flower all the way through the summertime. It has multiple branches and these branches just come alight with those beautiful delicate buttery yellow flowers. Again, attracted by many pollinators. It grows quite tall, so it's great for the back of the border. It gets to about maybe 1.8 to 2 meters tall, so be very careful where you place it. It's quite a short-lived perennial, so you only get maybe a couple of years to 3 years out of these plants, but they're well worth growing for that magnitude of beautiful flowers. So that comes to the end of this video about long flowering perennials, particularly ones that flower all the way through the summer. I do hope you found it informative and also enjoyable. I do hope it's given you some ideas and some inspiration if you are lacking colour throughout the summer months, the kind of plants to look for which give you that long flowering season. Please hit the like button, please hype the videos, please subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Please drop any comments in the comments box below the video. We will see you very, very soon on the next one. In the meantime, please do take care, and as always, happy gardening.